Okay, some of the things that we talk about, you might say, okay, we've heard it before, we've seen it before, you've talked about it before, but I can't emphasize enough, as you need constant repetitions of hitting a ball to develop the skill, the touch, the feel, you also need to hear the same thing over and over and over again. So if you really think about how people learn, it's through constant repetition of just hearing the instructions. So about the hip-shoulder turn, remember the essentials of it. Put the club like that. Keep your feet close together and turn. So now we're turning the shoulders and the hips, which will now generate a lot of potential power in hitting the ball. Another way of thinking about your hip-shoulder turn is to swing the club like that. See, I'm now engaging the hips and the shoulders. Okay? If you think, go play Frisbee. Now, Frisbee is going to be, especially when you throw it on the backhand side, but the only way to throw a Frisbee far is to turn your hips and shoulders and to throw it. So virtually everything you do, if you pick up a heavy bucket of water, you're going to be using your hips and your shoulders if you're going to carry something. So the hip and shoulder turn is something that you know how to do when you're lifting and carrying things, but you have to learn how to apply it to hitting a golf ball. So if you were a baseball player at one time, you know how to turn the hips and shoulders because that's how you're waiting for the pitch when you're in the stance. So just think about all these ways to develop this hip and shoulder turn, and it's really the most important thing that you can do because that's where all the power comes from.